Hello everybody, welcome back to the Buffness. I got right here a package and an Izzy. These are some of my favorite drinks ever, and I happen to still have some left over for my birthday, so oh yeah. I literally got back from Blade Show West half hour ago, maybe an hour, 12-hour drive. It was kind of crazy. But this has been waiting for me here for several days, and I'm pretty excited to open it. I was really hoping I'd have it for Blade Show West, but I missed it by just a few hours, so pretty unfortunate there. Talking about Blade Show West, I am not going to talk about it in this video. That will be for the Blade Show haul video coming up. Probably next video you'll see. Yeah, I got a few things from the haul, not a lot, but I have loads of things to talk about. And Blade Show West was an absolute blast. So look forward to that video. But this right here is from LDY, and I'm quite excited for this. This right here is an LDY Sirius V4. Now, before I get into the Bally itself, we got this thing right here, the LDY screwdriver. I already have one of these from my Corvus, but this thing is awesome. I love it. Have an LDY Sirius card. I believe this is one of the ones that you scan for the specs. That's really cool. We got LDY band-aids right there. A microfiber it's not really microfiber, but a cleaning cloth. Spare hardware, bushings, pivots, washers, and 3 T10 driver bits. So, pretty darn good unboxing. But let's crack open the Sirius. By the looks of it, it has a little bit of gunk on it. So the Sirius V4 is the newest Balisong made by LDY. It's the 4th iteration of the Sirius, and it's pretty awesome. I actually did get to try one of these at Blade Show West. Several, actually. Not the Kukri yet, which kind of stinks. But I have flipped it before. This is kind of the first impressions, but not fully, so... So starting off, it's really light. This is a light Balisong, which is good. I like nice light Ballies. So, no complaints there. Aesthetically, like, look at this beauty. I love how this looks. The blade shape is so much better than the old Sirius. I really did not like the Sirius V3 blade, or any of the iterations actually. The only Sirius blade I ever liked was the V1 tuning fork trainer blade, but this V4 blade, both blades, the live, or there's not a trainer yet, the Tonto and the Kukri, both of these blades are so good. And that's what I like to see from LDY. Improving not only the handles, but giving 2 completely brand new blade shapes. So, love to see it. This thing is 7075 aluminum, bushing pivot system, bushing washer pivot system, I should say. Zen pins, and really high quality blade steel from what I've seen. Like, there was a video on LDY's Instagram of Will just jabbing it into concrete and the tip being perfectly fine. So that's just insane. So this is a durable little guy. 7075 is the higher grade of aluminum, so it's definitely going to last a little bit longer than if it were 6061. So let me oil this and check if it is cranked all the way. Where's the oil? Here it is. I just conveniently had a bottle of carbon honey in my pocket. So that's pretty good. So like I said, I flipped one of these. One of my friends who I brought to Blade Show actually bought a Sirius before off Ted Flips. So I got to try it pretty extensively. And I know what it sounds like when it's oiled. Let's just work that carbon honey in. And let me show you something really cool. This is a Zippo lighter. Right before I got into Balisongs, I used to love the Zippo. It was my thing. I would do some tricks with it. Nothing much. But at Blade Show West, I saw something absolutely crazy. Someone by the name of Peregrines, I believe, actual name Charlie, pulled out a Zippo. And I was like, what's he going to do with a Zippo in the middle of Blade Show? And then he opens it up. And look at that. It is a screwdriver with a T10 bit made by the actual company Zippo inside of a Zippo lighter. So he just flicks it open, goes and tightens his pivots. And I just think that is the coolest thing of all time. So I literally bought one on the spot. As soon as I saw it, I was like, what is that? Told me it was on Amazon for like 12 bucks. Went to Amazon, 12 bucks later. Have myself a little Zippo Torx driver. So it gives me an excuse to just carry one more really cool EDC item that I can kind of flip around. So let's give you a full sound and tolerance test of the Sirius V4. When oiled, it has no wiggle. And the play is very, very minimal. And here's a sound test. So yeah, the Sirius V4 is insane right off the bat. I gotta say, LDY has really been stepping up their game. Their last several products have all been amazing. From the Chorus to the Frank P, which I actually got to try at Blade Show, along with the normal Frank. I tried both of those at the show. And then the Sirius V4. And now the Cygnus V2, or the aluminum Cygnus, actually. The aluminum Cygnus comes before the full tie one, or not full tie, the titanium one. And the Cygnus V2, by the looks of it, is gonna be even better than the OG Cygnus. And I'm so excited for people to start getting those in. I'm gonna buy the titanium one eventually. I'm not really interested in the aluminum one because titanium is always better. But LDY has just been on a streak, just hit after hit. Amazing Balisongs. So I absolutely love to see that. Now let me do a quick little jump cut and go grab the Corvus so I can compare the Sirius V4 and the Corvus, as the Corvus was kind of a predecessor to the Sirius V4 and influenced a lot of the design choices of this guy. So, and here we go. The LDY Corvus and the LDY Sirius V4. Both of these were newer drops by LDY. And the Corvus a very big influence on the Sirius V4. And here are some of the biggest things that you can already see. So just looks wise, there's quite a few similarities. So if you look at that texturing, just the lines going on the Corvus all the way down there, you can see them on the Sirius too, but they're implemented way better on the Corvus. Like, they're way deeper, they provide more grip. The Sirius has them, but they're a lot more shallow. To almost an annoying extent, they're that shallow. So, yeah, they still provide a little bit of grip, but it is better on the Corvus, significantly. And as you can see, there are these really heavy chamfers on the Sirius V4. I believe it's more chamfered than the V3. And on the Corvus, it's also got that really aggressive chamfer with texturing. The Corvus has like 45-degree lines. The Sirius has just straight lines that do step, so you get a lot of grip there. And that's really good. That's pretty much where the aesthetic similarities end. Except in the blade, they both have that little tang insert. I just noticed that. And another thing with a blade is the Corvus has that grind, or it's just like a little divot that goes all the way, like a divot pattern. And the Sirius has that as well, almost like a Impusa does. And then they both harpoon out as well, which I just noticed. So that's really cool. And they both have a pretty good choil. And one last thing that I noticed between these, that's jimping is completely different. I don't actually like this jimping at all. It's really bad. But the pivot area, if you look at that, they both have really thick washers. Ghost Flipping actually pointed this out with the Corvus, that it had like really big hardware. And as soon as I got mine, I looked, and sure enough, nice thick washers and pretty thick bushings too. And they are going with that on the Sirius too, so maybe that'll be a new thing. I doubt it will change much, like about how it will hold tolerances, because these tolerances are pretty standard, if not a little below average, because a tad bit of wiggle on the one that Ted sold to my friend, it has a decent amount of wiggle. And there's a little more play than I'm used to out of a fresh Bally. So maybe that thicker bushings and thicker washer system is not as good as it seems. But anyway, final thoughts on the Sirius V4. Final first thoughts, I should say. It's really good. It's really pretty. It's machined very, very well. LDY kind of did a really good job on this. Gotta say, love the whole aesthetic of it. It's so pretty. Very functional, of course. Flips well. Balance point is right there, by the way, for any of you wondering. The jimping is implemented not very well. It's just very shallow. And it doesn't go up high on the handles at all. This face texturing is just not it. This chamfer texturing, though, is really good. So, overall, I would pick up this Bally to flip. I would buy this Bally. I would recommend this Bally as a good beginner knife. It's amazing. Like, just right off the bat, first thoughts, it's really good, and I would definitely recommend it. All those little issues are just nitpicks. It's kind of sad to see, like, the jimping thing, because I think the V3 Sirius had really good jimping, and the V4 is just downgrade. But mostly, this is an upgrade, and I would definitely pick this up over a V3. And even if you have a V3, I'd still pick this up, because it is just better. And also, there's like a whole bunch of colors to choose from, and they just restocked, so go check that out. on LDYBalisong.net. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for my Blade Show West Blade Show haul video. And go buy a Sirius V4. This thing's sick.